Modlang people, let's talk about love. Charo. But seriously, let's get real. For the longest time, the world has shown us only one picture of love. You know the one. Boy meets girl, they fall in love, get married, and live happily ever after. It's a beautiful story, a fairy tale we all grew up with. But as I got older and started to really know myself, I looked at that picture and thought, parang may kulang. It felt like trying to fit a fabulous, glittery, size 10 foot into a plain, size 6 glass slipper. It just wasn't me. It's not that I think marriage is bad. For many, it's the ultimate goal, the happy ending. And I say, push mo yan, girl. Go for it. But for me, it felt like a box. A beautiful, socially approved box, but a box nonetheless. My journey away from the traditional path wasn't a big, dramatic rebellion. It was more of a quiet whisper inside me that got louder and louder over time. I saw so many relationships, even marriages, that were built on expectations rather than genuine connection. People staying together out of obligation, or because it's what society dictates. I started questioning everything. Why does love have to be exclusive? Why does loving one person mean you have to close your heart off to everyone else? It felt so limiting, so unnatural for the expansive, ever-changing person I know myself to be. I realized that my capacity to love wasn't a finite resource. It wasn't a pie with only one slice to give. My heart is more like a buffet. There's plenty to go around. This led me to explore what else was out there. I discovered concepts like open relationships and polyamory. At first it sounded scandalous, even to me. It goes against everything we were taught in school, in church, and by our lolas. But the more I learned, the more it made sense. For me, it was never about collecting people or being promiscuous. It was about honesty. It was about admitting that you can be attracted to and even care for more than one person at a time. Instead of hiding it, instead of cheating and lying, why not build relationships on a foundation of radical honesty? Why not create your own rules, ones that work for you and the people you care about? It was a revolutionary idea. So, I made a choice. I chose to unbox myself. I decided that my love life would not be defined by a contract or a certificate. It would be defined by freedom, communication, and a deep respect for my own truth and the truth of others. It's a path less traveled, for sure. It's a path filled with questions, with judgment from others, and with its own unique set of challenges. But it's my path. It's the one where I can be my most authentic, unkaboggable self. It's a love story that I am writing for myself, and honestly, it's the most exciting and real one I've ever known. It's not about rejecting love. It's about redefining it to fit the beautiful, complicated, and ever-evolving masterpiece that is me. So, what does this life look like? People hear open relationship and their minds go wild. They imagine chaos, drama, and non-stop parties. And yes, sometimes there are parties, but the reality is built on something far less scandalous. Rules. Lots and lots of communication. Unlike traditional relationships where the rules are often unspoken and assumed, in my world, we talk about everything. Honesty is the main event. It's not just about telling your partner you're going on a date with someone else. It's about being honest with yourself about what you want, what you need, and what your boundaries are. It's about creating a space where everyone can be their true selves without fear of judgment. This is where my view on infidelity comes in. For me, cheating isn't about sleeping with someone else. Cheating is about betrayal. It's about breaking a promise. If the promise in your relationship is exclusivity, then yes, seeing someone else is cheating. But what if the promise is different? What if the promise is to always be honest, to communicate openly, and to prioritize each other's emotional well-being, regardless of who else you might see? In that context, you can be physically or romantically involved with others without it being an act of betrayal. The real infidelity, in my book, is lying. It's hiding things. It's breaking the trust that you and your partner have painstakingly built. That's the real sin. This lifestyle has taught me the true meaning of freedom. It's not the freedom to do whatever I want without consequences. That's just being reckless. It's the freedom to be myself, fully and completely. It's the freedom from jealousy that is rooted in ownership. In many traditional dynamics, there's an underlying sense of you are mine. But I don't want to own anyone, to me, and I don't want to be owned. I want to be with people who choose to be with me, day after day, not because they have to, but because they want to. This kind of freedom is exhilarating. It means every moment shared is a conscious choice, a gift freely given. Of course, this requires a lot of emotional maturity and self-awareness. You have to be secure enough in yourself to know that someone else's connection with another person doesn't diminish their connection with you. It's about celebrating your partner's happiness, even when it's found outside of your relationship. It's a different mindset. It's shifting from, how can I keep this person for myself, to how can I support this person in their journey of happiness and self-discovery. It's a more expansive, more generous way of loving. It's not for everyone, but for me, it's the only way that feels truly liberating and authentic. It's my game, and these are the rules I choose to play by. Now, let's not pretend this is all glitters and rainbows. Choosing this path means signing up for an emotional roller coaster with some very high highs and some very low lows. The joy is immense. There's a beautiful feeling that comes from seeing a partner happy with someone else, a concept called compersion. It's like the opposite of jealousy. It's feeling joy in their joy. It's a wonderful, expansive feeling. There's also the thrill of new connections, of learning about yourself through the eyes of different people. It keeps life interesting and dynamic. You are constantly growing, constantly challenged, and constantly discovering new facets of your own heart and mind. But the challenges are just as real. The biggest one? Managing emotions. Yours and everyone else's. Jealousy can still creep in. It's a human emotion after all. The difference is that instead of seeing it as a sign that the relationship is failing, we see it as a signal. It's a check engine light. It tells you to look under the hood. What am I really feeling? Am I feeling insecure? Neglected? Afraid of being replaced? Instead of blaming my partner, I have to look inward. It forces a level of emotional accountability that is both difficult and incredibly rewarding. It's a constant practice of self-reflection and honest communication. This is why emotional detachment is a skill I've had to learn. And let me be clear, this is not about being cold or unfeeling. It's not about commitment avoidance. It's about not attaching my entire sense of self-worth and happiness to one person or one relationship. It's about understanding that people will come and go, and that's okay. My happiness is my own responsibility. I am the sun in my own universe. Others can be beautiful planets orbiting me, but they don't provide my light. This detachment protects my heart. It allows me to love freely and deeply without the crippling fear of loss, because I know that at the end of the day, I will still have myself. Caring for my own emotional health is my #1 priority. It's non-negotiable. This means setting clear boundaries. It means saying no when something doesn't feel right. It means taking time for myself to recharge and reconnect with my own center. It means having a strong support system of friends who understand my choices. It's about knowing when to step back from a connection that is draining me more than it is fulfilling me. You have to be your own fiercest protector. You are the guardian of your own heart. This lifestyle demands it. Without that solid foundation of self-love and self-care, the whole structure would come crashing down. So, you're curious about this life? You're thinking of stepping off the beaten path? Ganda. I love a brave heart. But before you dive in, let me give you some unsolicited advice, because I care. First and foremost, know yourself. This is not a journey you can start on an empty tank of self-awareness. Ask yourself the hard questions. Why do you want this? Are you running away from something, like commitment? Or are you running towards something, like authenticity and freedom? Be brutally honest with yourself. This path will expose all your insecurities, so it's better to face them head-on from the start. Second, communication is your lifeline. You think you're a good communicator now? Multiply that by 10. You need to be able to talk about your feelings, your fears, your boundaries, and your desires with radical honesty. And you need to be able to listen without judgment when others do the same. This is not about winning an argument. It's about mutual understanding. If you can't talk about the awkward, messy, and uncomfortable stuff, this is not the life for you. Practice talking about your feelings, even when your voice shakes. It's a muscle that gets stronger with use. Remember, unspoken expectations are the fastest way to heartbreak. Respect is the currency of this world. Respect for yourself, respect for your partners, and respect for their other partners. This isn't a competition. It's a community. Treat everyone involved with kindness and empathy. Their feelings are valid, even if you don't understand them. Remember that behind every decision is a human being with a heart that can be hurt. Don't be careless with other people's hearts, and don't let anyone be careless with yours. This is not an excuse to be selfish. It's an invitation to be more compassionate, more thoughtful, and more responsible in the way you love. Finally, be brave enough to write your own story. There is no single right way to love. There is only what is right for you. Your love life doesn't have to look like a movie, a fairy tale, or even like mine. It just has to be true to you. Don't be afraid to experiment, to make mistakes, and to change your mind. Your journey is your own. The goal is not to find a perfect relationship, but to build a life filled with love, honesty, and joy, in whatever form that takes. So go ahead, be curious, be brave, and be unapologetically you. Create the love that sets you free. That, my friends, is truly unkaboggable.